Hey everybody, it's Dr. Joe and Sleepy Bear. And Bear says, don't crack your knuckles, do these 7 stretches and exercises instead. So let's get started.
Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert.
So I just want to start off by saying that you will see or hear different things about is cracking your knuckles bad for you. Well, technically it's probably not really that bad for you, but there's other ways you can get your knuckles and your joints and your fingers feeling better. So if you can do stretches and exercises instead of cracking them, that's probably the better way to do it. So the first one is just going to be a towel or a ball squeeze. And so I'm going to start off with more kind of exercises, but I am going to get to some stretches towards the end. So make sure you stick around for those if you just want the stretches. So with the towel and the ball squeeze, all you're going to do is just hold it in your hand, and just like it sounds, you're going to squeeze it. I like to hold the squeeze. This is kind of working the muscles around the joints a little bit for maybe about 5 seconds and then relax. So holding that squeeze for about 5 seconds, you can do 5 or 10 of these. You don't have to squeeze as hard as you can. You can just start off with 30 to 40 seconds. If you crack your knuckles a lot, sometimes it might be some arthritis type stuff. So this might be uncomfortable for you to start off with. So just start off with maybe 30-40% of what you can squeeze, and you can build your way up from there. And you can do these a couple times throughout the day. So then the next one is going to be kind of strengthening the other way. So using just a rubber band, it doesn't have to be a fancy rubber band, nothing special to it, but just loop it around your fingers and your thumbs. And this time what you're going to do is you're just going to kind of open up this way and then slowly come back in. So you don't have to go fast. If you're going fast, that's just going to be using momentum instead of actually doing the muscles, getting the work for the muscles doing it. So try and keep them as straight as you can. You can see I'm bending them just a little bit. This is a little bit thicker rubber band than maybe you want to start off with if you haven't done this before. But the goal is to kind of, spread the fingers and the thumb out, and you're working the outer muscles this time versus the ball squeeze or towel squeeze, you're working those inner muscles. So again, maybe just starting off with 5 or 10, doing maybe 1 or 2 sets of each at a time, and you can do that a couple times throughout the day. So now we're going to get into some of the stretches. These are really going to be more glides for the tendons. A lot of times if you're cracking your knuckles a lot and you're getting that audible pop, it could be from tightness in the joints. And so getting those glides on the tendons sometimes helps a lot. So there's a couple different ways you can do so you can get the different joints. So the first glide, we're going to get these joints right here, the ones closest to the hand. And so all you're going to do is try and keep your fingers up top pretty straight and just come down almost like you're just flattening them out, like almost like a tabletop, and then coming back up. So you can see I'm working those joints there. So just bringing it down, getting that stretch in there, and then coming back up. So I'm kind of gliding those tendons that come in the arm into the wrist into the hand. And so that helps just kind of loosen everything up in there. If you've got some tightness, if you've got some scar tissue, that really helps out. Then you can go into the second glide, which is these 2 joints here. So you can kind of get a combination just by curling them in now and then coming back up. So it really gets all of the joints gliding this time. If you want to get the thumb in there too, if you got some of that, you can bring your thumb in and then curl around and then come up, and you see, I don't know if you heard that, I had a little pop in my thumb. But that's fine. But you want to get that movement in all of those joints, getting those tendon glides to help kind of loosen everything up. So then going into just spreading out your fingers, opening up your hand. So you can start off with a fist. Your thumb can be out, or if you want a little bit more with your thumb, it can be in. If you have some arthritis in your thumb, you might actually want to put it on the outside, whatever's more comfortable for you. And all you're doing is opening up your hand as wide as you can. So see, I'm actually kind of going into some extension with those, and then come back in. So this is more of a continuous movement. This isn't going and holding the position, but just getting that nice stretch in there, fanning everything out, and then coming back in. So getting that nice movement in there. So the last 2 are really going to be stretching the whole hand, the wrist, and even into the arms a little bit. Because again, if you're cracking your knuckles a lot, there's probably tightness all the way along the chain or the arm. So the next one is just kind of clasp your hands together, and then you're going to reverse it and push forward. So I'm getting a stretch through my fingers, through my wrists, through my forearms, and everything. So this one could be a little bit longer, more of a hold, like a full stretch, a 30-second stretch. If that's too much pressure on your hands, you can come back and bend those elbows just a little bit. But to get that full stretch, you want to kind of push everything forward away from you, getting that stretch. And then that 30 seconds, then you want to come back in and do that a total of 3 times. So the last one is going to be a prayer stretch. It's kind of stretching the same way as the last one, but just slightly differently. So you're going to put your hands together like this, almost like you're praying, a little bit higher up, and then put your elbows out to the side. Once you get them out and you feel a little bit of a stretch, if you bring your hands down towards the middle, you're going to get even more of a stretch. And so I'm really getting a stretch in my wrists, now on the other side of my forearms there, and then into my fingers. So I'm getting a nice stretch. So this is another full stretch where you're going to hold it for 30 seconds and then do that 3 times. So there you have it. Those were exercises for don't crack your knuckles, but do these stretches and exercises instead. If you'd like to help support my channel, make sure and click on the link up there. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking down there. And remember, be safe, Brave Bear, have fun, and I hope you feel better soon.